Yeah, in 2011, when I came in to actually contest for this position, that was a period for me to also have some more experience about exposing myself and engaging the mood of the people, the assessment of the people. And you can realize that in that 2012, the whole youth, the elders, the students, they were all gunning for me to become their governor. Unfortunately, the ticket went to another candidate. And again, we can see the performance so far on that. And that also shows that the people also actually know what they wanted. That is that. The internal democracy right now in APC, as you can see, my taking part in 2012 also has now necessitated the question of primary being compulsory right now, so that we don't make mistakes, which is normal, which is common for human institution. So we have developed now in such a way that internal democracy is very common in APC. It is not that there was no internal democracy in ACN, there was internal democracy. But every situation at every point, the system will be different. Something dictates a particular situation. So you can see the internal democracy that brought in Buhari and Oshibajo, they've been going on. You can see the internal democracy in other states. So right now in Ondo State, we are looking at a question of primary coming up, so that we are also praying that the best candidate will actually come up, because the things that we just don't want anybody to come and rule Ondo State at this level. We need somebody who has the fear of God. We need somebody who has integrity. We need somebody who have a know-how on how to develop the people, to develop our economy, to reduce youth unemployment, to create wealth, not only wealth, to be able to have a state where no particular section or no family will dominate anyone. We want to have a state where people will know what is called neighborhood. We have the love for each other. We want to have a state where people will be given opportunity to contribute to the development of the state and the development of their personal potential, so that it can be realized. You see, you can imagine if somebody is thirsty of water and he doesn't have that water for a longer period. What you get, it becomes more thirsty. So, as a matter of fact, you find out these people are also talking. Listen, we need this man. We need this man. We need this man. And it has also given me more confidence. And as a matter of fact, by the time I come out now and I started campaigning, you see people trooping now, people jumping, you see people are coming here to want to be part of my group. I am the only candidate you can say now in the whole of the people who are contesting that people are coming voluntarily to donate offices. People are now saying they are ready to do whatever they can do in order to ensure that this aspiration succeeds. In other words, you see the mood now is becoming more intensified. The more now they now want me, the more now they see the opportunity. They don't want the opportunity to be lost. And I also pray that God, this opportunity will not be lost, so that whatever they see in me, and I pray that God will make it manifest, so that we can both jointly develop the state to push the place to enviable level that we are all looking towards. We want a situation where we will not be referred to as a member of the third world. We want to move from the third to first world. So we are jumping second stage. So, and we have a lot of work. And these people are very smart. They may not have money, but they know what they are doing. You see, when you talk of development, there are parameters you use. What are the parameters? First of all, how many numbers of employments have been created? What are the inventions that you have made? What are the new hospitals or expansion that you have made? What are the infrastructure that you have developed, like roads, like water, like electricities? How many people now have free access to this? So these are the parameters you use to measure. But you now find out that right now, virtually 90% of the population have no access to potable water, including the capital, Akure. People are now looking for water everywhere. You can see now that, as a matter of fact, not having electricity is become the normal in Ondo State. You find out that in Ondo State, that the number of people who have become thugs, people who are on unemployment, they have increased. These are people that will have developed their potentials. They will have become managers. They will have become entrepreneurs. These are people that will have created wealth for Ondo State. We have destroyed them over the last 7 years. So you can, if you look at the graph, the number of thuggery we have in the last 7 years have increased. The number of deaths have increased. You find out that a lot of people, a lot of towns and villages have no access to roads. From, you can imagine, if my town that used to be the headquarters of the 4 local government of Akuku, for you now to travel from Owo to Ikare takes you an average of 1 hour plus, which used to be a journey of 25 minutes. So you can imagine how terrible it is. And from my own local government to another local government, which used to be an average of 7 minutes, takes now an average of 50 minutes because of bad road. Now, because of this bad road and the vehicle cannot move, a lot of people are being waylaid on the road, are being kidnapped on the road. So you imagine now, at this 21st century, we only have one being in one location. These are things you are supposed to have in, at least in each local government. You are supposed to have a team so that people can have access to health delivery. You can see the holistic health is not even available in Ondo States. You see now the industries have closed down. The government has not told us in the last 3 years, this is the direct foreign investment they brought to Ondo State. In the last 7 years, this is the number of industries they have created along with private sector. In the last 7 years, you cannot say this is what we have discovered. This is where, this is our per capita and this is our present per capita. You cannot say it has only gone from bad to worse. So in a situation we are today, we are at the precipice of total collapse. Here, it's so bad now that even people are being denied access to schools. People are being denied access to health. They're not even saying that for you now to be able to have access to hospital, government hospital. For Christ's sake, despite that they don't have drugs. So that you can even have access to doctors and nurses. They say you have to pay 2,000 naira called Kadi Bile Ayo, which is a complete fraud. You see, this shows that we have a government without conscience. In the last 7 years, a number of people have left Ondo searching for green pasture elsewhere. So these are the problems we are facing. Today, everybody is dejected in Ondo. Today, people are frustrated and people are praying for this PDP to please wind up. They are so much eager for it to go and for a new lease of life to come. They found out they misplaced their trust. They found out this has also backfired. And it is a very sad situation. And when anytime I do remuneration or meditation on this, I feel so sad. I feel like crying for my people. I feel like weeping for my people. That the Ondo where I grew up, it's not the same Ondo that we have today. Well, my partner, the way to this ambition, number one, I tell people I don't have ambition. They don't have ambition. When you have this type of ambition, it becomes selfish. Ambition for power, you are not ready to serve people. You are ready to serve people. But I have a vision, all right, and I have a godly mission to render in Ondo State. And this mission, number one, we need to, in order to be able to realize this, we have started talking to people, we started talking to delegates, we started talking to leaders, we started talking to some KBSs, and we are sensitizing people, and they are becoming more conscious of their rights. And therefore, because of they discover that I have a mission and a vision to transform Ondo, to move from where we are right now, from the point of retrogression to point of progressive line. The first thing that we're looking at is that the government has destroyed the conscience of our people. That's one. The government has destroyed the confidence of our people. The government has wasted the potential and the knowledge of our people. So we want to annex justice resources together, the potentials, the knowledge they have, and convert this knowledge to wealth. And how do we do that? We found out that the resources that God given us, we are one of the very few people in the whole world that God has given enormous natural resources that we do not need to wait for oil. We do not need to wait for anybody for us to be wealthy in Ondo State. Whatever you can look at, it is money. Whatever, anything from ordinary leaf, which we are burning today, we know is money. Look at Ondo. Look at the bamboos we have in Ondo. So many. Today, people are using bamboo as tea, and it's an organic tea. You imagine the enormous resources. People are not tapping anything there. You imagine coconuts. You imagine our cocoa. We're having cocoa chips, cocoa nibs that people can even make without even running to the factory. So these are the things. It's a very pathetic situation when I went to a local government, precisely Idori. You see a cocoa factory built and locked up. Just about 500 meters to this factory, you see the raw material. In other words, we have cocoa, and this is the factory built and locked up by the government of Ondo State. So these are the potential we want to release. To me, I don't see our young men as thugs. I don't see them as crooks. I see them as potential entrepreneurs. Like I said, I see them as potential managers. We need to harness the resources. We need to focus our resources so that we can create wealth to our people. And this wealth is by setting up small-scale industries and what we call interlinkageabilities of industries. In other words, we are going to have supplementary industry and complementary industry integrated together so that people can have standards, they can have standard of living, they can be proud, because working is living. You find that a lot of people are not working, and they are gradually, slowly dying. So we are killing our people indirectly, because the moment people are not working, all sorts of things come into their mind. So we want to realize this by telling them these are the industries you can set up. And I've showed them some examples of the industry they can set up. Even up to cocoa plantation. So many of these things that are being sold abroad. So many of these things that the white people are looking for and they don't have. So many things that have introduced what is called organic food system into them, and they discover that in organic food, because we are going to use complete ecosystem, biological fertilizer, we are not going to use artificial fertilizer, we are not going to use insecticide, and these are very healthy food that people are looking for, because now people are very conscious of their health. Now they discover that a lot of GMO foods cause cancer and different type of disease. And then they're looking towards us here in Africa that, oh, you have good plantation, good climate, and therefore we should be able to be a major source of supplier of this specialized food, organic. And that's why I said Akure Airport, the cargo in Akure, will become the hub where we are going to use to export our products. And I can tell you, within 120 days, when you plant your vegetable, your tomato, you will reap them and you can export them, and people can stay in their villages and collect $9 or pound sterling. It is very easy. All you need to do is somebody like me with the international experience and exposure and the business, the discipline in business, you bring it to play. The problem we've been having in Ondo is that it is those people who have failed in different past governments that are actually coming to rule. And one example of them is the present person who is now our governor. In fairness to me, he has not managed 1 billion naira. He has not even managed 10 million naira. And the gentleman, you put in about 100 billion naira for him to manage, and people are complaining that he squandered the money. Why will he not squander it? How will he know what to do with it? And that's why I'm also telling other people right now, that right now we have opportunity for this change. This change mantra, we must look at it holistically. It is not a sentimental issue. We must look at it objectively. First of all, I want to bring physical discipline to governance. That's number one. Number two, I also want to bring industrialization and using the Indo technology, using the local raw material we have, that we will not depend on foreign exchange for us to be able to earn a living. Rather, we will be a generator of foreign exchange. Therefore, I've studied a lot of the resources we have, and these resources, how to convert them to industries, we have also gone to that one. And the way and the methodology we're going to use, we have also done that one. And we also done research that we find out that a lot of youths are so idle, and these youths are eager to become productive, to become economically viable people. And these are the people we're going to use. And if you remember, anywhere in the world, even God used youth. When he called Jeremiah, he said, do not be afraid that you are a youth. When he called Mary, the mother of Jesus, she was also a youth. These are the youth. It is the youth that develop any nation. Forget about what they are, the mantra that the nation belongs to the youth for tomorrow. They belong to them today. It is today that will determine tomorrow. And unfortunately for people, we do not know when tomorrow comes. Tomorrow comes unannounced. So tomorrow starts today. Once you have your youth today, you develop that youth. It is what they do today that becomes what they call future. The future just don't come arbitrarily that way, but they come unannounced. Nobody knows when the future comes. So the youth we have today, they are the people that are, so far, they are the words. It's not this snare and cover that's the words. To me, it is these people that are dynamic, that are passionate, that still have energies, that is still bubbling with the idea, who still have hope and ambition, that we need to develop. And we use them as the engine of the economy. And all this industry we are saying we are going to settle, it is the youth we are going to use. Where we use the elders, the women, to manage the areas that do not require real vigor, but require calmness, intelligence. There are so many other areas that we are not even tapping anything. We see, unfortunately, we have become unproductive people because we wait for petrodollar, petronaira. And because we wait for petronaira, every morning we share the money, everybody goes home to sleep. Therefore, we are not working mentally, we are not using our brain, we are physically, we are destructive. We just destroy what we have. So I tell them that we are very active people, but actively destructive in what we are doing. And that is why you see many of our schools are gone bad. Today there are so many schools that have no roof, that have no windows. Hospitals have no drugs. Even you see some people don't even know why they are working. They just feel that they are working because of money. No. You are working to serve humanity and God. And therefore we're going to bring this sense to our people. And they are seeing it. And they see this is a new paradigm. They see my own political philosophy is different from the normal traditional politicians who are used to be X this, X that. No. I'm bringing the sense of entrepreneurship into government. I'm bringing the sense of productivity into government. I'm bringing the sense of accountability into government. I'm bringing the sense of proper management into accountability into government. I'm bringing into question of balancing into government. So these are the things we are also bringing. And that's what, and I look at, when I see the youth, and I say, wow, this is worth. When I see youth, I see progress. When I see youth, I see development. When I see elders, I see good experience that we can use. When I see women, I see them as people in partnership with God to develop our state. And therefore, I feel so happy. No matter how strenuous it is, I do not feel it, because I have the belief that these people, they are people of God, and all we need to do is to let them know their worth, because they've reduced them to a point that they don't allow them to know their worth any longer. Because you can imagine that if God will still glorify us and say he give us dominion over the earth, and because of us, God created this earth, and we are on this earth to dominate, and we are suffering. It means that we do not know our worth, because we don't have government who can push us and develop us both spiritually and physically and mentally. Well, I'm not massaging their ego and have no cause to massaging their ego. But the way I've seen them, that's the way I've described them. Other people may see them. Yeah, I've seen some people see them as dishonest people. Other people have seen them as they are not wise. But me, I see them as very wise and intelligent people. Because despite all their difficulties, they still know who they love. Despite all the problems they've gone through, they still know who they love. And therefore, that's why when you go to Ondo today, you will not see smile in their faces. If you go to Ondo today, they are causing the present PDP government. If you go to Ondo today, there are some people that they will not even allow, they will not even vote for him in his ward, despite his position. Do you follow me? These are the things, and these are the things that, so there are parameters you use to measure whether people are intelligent or not. Because if they are not intelligent, they just give us some chicken change and then they vote. No. These people, they may not collect your money from you. Some of them may collect the money from you and say, well, it is part of our money you have stolen that you are giving to us, because they know that some of these people who are giving this money, it is not their private money. It's not the money they sweat for. It is government money by the virtue of the position they occupy in government, the money they have stolen. And they say, fine, that's the only way we can collect part of this money from this man. So they will collect the money from him, and they will not vote for such a man. So this, when you look at such people, you see them, you have to rate them as very intelligent and that they know what they do. But the point is that they may not have the opportunities. It is the opportunity that they do not have. But when it comes to question of intelligence, these people are intelligent. I've met with them. Even the so-called alt boys. The alt boys say, listen, we don't want to be alt boys, but we have no means of livelihood, and we don't want to rob, we don't want to steal. So we have to use it in another way in order to survive. And that's what they do. And I told you, the last time I was holding meeting with the delegates from Akure, one of the people that they refer to talk, by the time I asked question, this boy came and answered that question in a perfect way, and it's like giving summary of what you want. Now this because the leaders they are stealing, they just want to send their children abroad, their wife abroad with a public money. They do not do our hospital, they do not provide facilities for us, they do not provide employment because they want our own children to serve their children. Imagine somebody you are calling a talk, answering questions in that form, like a professor will do, in psychology. You imagine that type of people. You just give them opportunity, give them the ways and means for them to make money. Give them the ways and means for them to relate with each other. You will find that they will relate with each other, and they will now have what you call a humane and egalitarian society. We want to form a society where people will love each other, where there will be sacred of life, where there are people, the sanctity of life, people will respect life, where people will respect elders, they will respect women, they will respect their neighbors. These are the type of society we want to create. We are not creating a society like jungles that everybody just think about money, 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 money. No. People will know that money will come when I serve you well. And that when I serve you well, I'm also serving my God. You see, we will see that our work, whatever profession we are in, is an act of dedication on our service to God. It is not about money.